Hello everyone. Today I'll be covering and explaining a game called Dungeons and Dragons. It is a tabletop role-playing game that has captivated the imaginations of players since its creation in the 1970s. The game revolves around collaborative storytelling where players take on the roles of heroic characters in the fantasy world guided by a dungeon master or DM who acts as the storyteller and referee. So yeah, that's what I'll be covering today. Sorry for no like introduction or anything. That kind of was it. So, anyway, back to it. This game's core components include the player's handbook. The player's handbook, which contains rules for character creation, combat, and magic. The Dungeon Master Guide, which provides guidance for the DM in creating adventures and managing the game, and the Monster Manual, a which features the monsters that your players will encounter. And here's our brief overview on how a standard typical D&D session looks like. So you have the character creation in the player's handbook. Each player creates a unique character selecting a race like humans, elves, or dwarves, and a class such as a fighter, wizard, rogue, etc. Characters have attributes like strength, dexterity, intelligence, and others that influence their abilities and skills. Then you have the Dungeon Master, is responsible for creating and describing the world in which the adventure takes place. They control non-player characters, NPCs. They describe the environment and manage the consequences of the player's actions. The DM sets the stage for players' adventures and reacts to their choices. Wow. So the biggest part about this game is the role playing and storytelling. Players can interact with the world and NPCs, making decisions based on the characters' motivations, like on their characters' motivations and personalities. Role playing is a significant aspect, and players often act as their characters, speaking and making choices in character. Then you have um, the dice. The D&D uses a lot of dice, like 20-sided, 12-sided, and so on and so forth, to introduce an element of chance into the game. Players roll the dice to determine the outcomes of actions like attacking an enemy, sneaking past guards, or persuading an NPC. Then you have the combat and exploration. When characters encounter challenges or enemies, the game shifts into combat mode. Players take turns in combat, making tactical decisions and rolling dice to determine the success of their attacks and spells outside of combat. Players explore dungeons, cities, and other locations, uncovering secrets and solving puzzles. And then you have the advancement. As players progress through the adventures, they gain experience points or XP. For defeating enemies and completing objectives, accumulating XP leads to leveling up, granting characters new abilities, spells, and improved skills. And what I really like about this game is the infinite possibilities. D&D is basically it's a game of imagination and creativity. Your players, as in the players' choices, can lead to endless possibilities and outcomes. The DM can adjust the narrative based on their decisions, making each campaign unique and tailored to the group's preferences. D&D encourages teamwork, problem solving, and storytelling, fostering strong social bonds among players. It transcends traditional gaming by combining elements of theater, strategy, and oh my god, cooperation in a dynamic and immersive experience. So in short, Dungeons and Dragons is a collaborative tabletop RPG that allows players to embark on heroic adventures guided by the Dungeon Master using their creativity, imagination, and dice rolls to shape the story and experience a truly epic journey. And that'll be it. So thank you for watching. Peace.